Hi, I'm Jeremy from Octane TV. This is Sam with an Octane TV shirt on.
Yeah. I was lucky enough for him to give me a size, and I've been repping it out to some of the meets recently, so.
Well, it looks good on you. All right, so today we're gonna talk a little bit, we'll see how this goes. This is more of a test video. We're gonna talk about things that are plaguing the car community as of 2024, because we went tonight to a meet from Eventide,
I believe so.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm really bad with pronouncing things and I'm terrible with names. So we went to that and it was kind of like a reenactment of what goes on at Hooters, just a little less than what goes on at Hooters, but I didn't see anything bad besides the revving and flames coming out of the back of cars and things like that, and people kind of doing little mini burnouts and taking off fast in front of people. But how did you feel about that event tonight?
I mean, I'm friends with Ish, and I think they do a great job with putting events on at Bubba's. I think it's a great spot, being right off of 31, and obviously supporting local businesses is a big thing for the car community. I think it's important. But you know, like you said, there was a lot of people doing little polls. There were people standing on cars. It's just things like that that I feel like are kind of bringing people away from the car community and not really wanting them to come out anymore. Yeah. So I feel like if we can maybe eliminate some of these problems and, you know, put a little bit more rules on some of these events, we might be able to bring out more people.
I agree. I think a little more security would probably help tonight, because I think that's the thing that we've figured out mostly is the more amount of people that you have helping secure the event. It was pretty big. Yeah. Like tonight, there was a lot of cars there, and there was a lot of people trying to do stupid stuff all over the place, so it was kind of making it tough. But we went inside and got food at Bubba's 33 just because we were there. So we were spending money at a local business, which is, in my opinion, that's one of the reasons why we do this, is to help out small businesses and to help people succeed and grow. And I feel like we're trying to do our part to help people, but we have to figure out a way to eliminate these stupid little tiny problems. I mean, the tiny problems turn into the big issues, and then the big issues gets us kicked out of places. So I had a good time tonight. It was very low key. It was very nice. Everybody that I know was being respectful. So it was a really good thing for me when I went there, because I like going to places and feeling like I'm comfortable. That's my biggest thing, is I want to feel like my car is comfortable and I'm comfortable, and I don't have to worry about somebody doing something stupid in my car every single time I go out. But I know you last weekend, or actually let me rephrase that, it's been 2 weeks already. That's insane.
That's crazy.
You know, Sam was at the front trying to do great things and keep the place secure, but instead was getting yelled at and screamed at by people because of misinformation, which in my opinion, if you're part of the car community and you're trying to do good things, why would you even yell at somebody for misinformation? Why would you, because you don't understand something or you don't know what's going on? You should never yell at anybody. There's no reason to raise your voice, and there's no reason to yell at the person at the front who's just trying to help. And you have, from the consumer standpoint of the person trying to get into the event, if you don't know what's going on, you should listen to what these people say, and then that way we can go rectify it afterwards. But to yell at him, then turn around, come back and yell at him again, then turn around back again and come back and yell at him again for a third time, and then yell at other people, that is where the car community needs to start figuring out what to do from this point forward, because I don't want those people at any of the events that I have anything going on with, because if you're gonna come and cause a scene one time, I know you're gonna do it again. And especially when there's no reason to do it at all. Exactly.
I mean, it kind of turns me away, you know, when I'm trying to help out with these events and trying to bring the car community together, and then someone's trying to yell at you when I was clearly trying to explain how the entry fee worked and where we were parking certain people. And you know, that whole event, I mean, we had a great success on Friday. And I think something to hit on that we were talking about, more security, something I think a lot of people need to realize is when we host these events, we usually hire police to work these events. And just for anyone that doesn't know, hiring police officers is expensive. You're usually looking at $50 an hour when
minimum.
You're hiring.
That's minimum.
Yeah, that's minimum. And that's, you know, usually our events, you know, you're looking at 3 to 4 hours. So you're looking at $150, $200.
Yep.
And most of the events, there's no charge to get in the gate. So sometimes we have to charge people to, you know, cover those costs. There's a lot of costs that go into events. But it's important to have security so that you can make sure that everything goes smoothly and that there's really no issues and you can continue to have events at these places.
Yeah. The two things that we're learning really big in 2023 and 2024 is the two biggest things that I have figured out for myself and for other people is when you start charging admission to get in and you start having police and security there, which is why we have to charge the admission, is to pay for the police, pay for security. Last year alone in just police and security, I paid out over $1,500. That's a lot of money for one event, and people don't know how much that costs. But when I had 6 private security guards and multiple police officers, it is not cheap to have that. But when you have 1,000 people at an event, you have to pay for these things, because if you don't, everything can turn hectic very quickly. But that's the thing that we're learning. The two biggest things that I'm starting to understand is, A, if it costs a little bit of money to have an event to pay for this security and the police, usually the people that will pay want that peace of mind to go there to know, hey, I'm not gonna have my car damaged. I'm not gonna worry about getting in trouble or getting into a fight or having somebody scream and yell at me for absolutely no reason. So that's one of the reasons why I'm starting to, there is a level, I guess is what you want to put at it, is when you can go to a free event, you're going to get a certain level or type of crowd. When you have an event that's a little bit of money as an entry fee, or just to be able to hold you a spot or for a place for your car, you're going to get a different caliber of people that are going to show up. And it was proven to us 100% with the SET event, because a little people don't know this is Friday night, we allowed people to buy secured spots where they had a private spot for their vehicle, and it worked flawlessly. No issues on Friday night. Everyone had a great time. I actually was the least amount of stressed I've ever been in my whole life. Yeah. And Sam, I felt bad for him, but he was a little stressed that night. Not near as bad as Saturday night.
Yeah.
Saturday night, we were told we have to let everyone in, no matter what. You let the bikes in, the people who don't pay, you let every single person in. We did. And when you mix that crowd, we got what happened Saturday night, where people were just trying to cause mass destruction. And we also got our parking lot taken away from us. Part of the parking lot was taken away. It's downsized, so that hurt us a lot. And the people that were in that parking lot were drinking. They were paying to rent out a parking lot to just get drunk. So you got drunk people in there with cars mixing with people who are trying to have a private spot. So it ended up being a recipe for what we consider a disaster. So we just cut it. We literally told everybody the event is over. We ended it when it was supposed to be over. And we told everybody, very nicely, you're gonna have to go ahead and leave. Now, if it wouldn't have been for that, we would have had the event all night, and it would have been wonderful, just like it was Friday night. But unfortunately, there are some people in other parking lots that were part of those crowds that were coming in as well, that were doing 360s, burnouts, slideshows, and they had nothing to do with us, but we were taking the blame for that.
Yeah.
And we don't want, and I want to make this abundantly clear through any video I do from this point forward, any video I make on YouTube, any video I make as a short, any video I post on Instagram or my Facebook. I want to make it abundantly clear to any single person, any police, any people who watch this video, whether you're watching it for good intentions or bad intentions, we have nothing to do with takeovers. Absolutely nothing to do with destruction of people's property, to doing burnouts and slideshows and takeovers. I do not stand for that. I will not stand for that, and I have nothing to do with it. Now, the problem with the misconception is with the name streetcar takeover, people think that is associated with street takeovers. It is not. It is not the same. It is, and one thing I'm gonna, kind of mention is we might want to change the name to SET or something along those lines, because people are getting street takeovers mixed up with street car takeover as an event, and that has nothing to do with takeovers. So please don't lump us in to that group. We are not takeover people. We are not slideshow people. We are not people who go out and do destruction to people's property or, any business. We're here to help businesses, not tear them up or destroy them. So I just want to make that abundantly clear. And I'm going to say this in probably every single video. We have nothing to do with slideshows or takeovers. That is not what I am about. And you find one video of those on my channel or my Facebook or my Instagram, you let me know, because I have none of them on there and I will not be a part of that. So I just want to let you guys know, if you're watching this video and you see something about streetcar takeover or SET Indy, that is not the same as a street takeover. That has nothing, it's just about street cars. Cars that are race cars that they drive on the street. That is it. It has nothing to do with takeovers.
Yeah, and I mean, Friday night, it was extremely successful. Like you said, I was a little stressed out, but we were trying to get everyone in. We had a bunch of people signed up. They pre-registered for the event. So we were making sure they were getting taken care of. And then there was a lot of people that were wanting to get in the event. So they were buying wristbands for just the night. And it went extremely well. We didn't have any issues. There were a few people that did some polls on the street, but there weren't any burnouts, spinning. And it was a great time. And we probably could have had that all night, but we were gonna do the same thing the next night. And we thought it was gonna be just as smooth. But I mean, like you said, that was the most stressed out I've ever been for hosting an event. I mean, I had people, you know, cussing me out, yelling at me.
For absolutely no reason.
Yeah, I'm just trying to guide them to where they need to go and make sure everything's taken care of, make sure it goes smooth. But there was people, unfortunately, most of it, the reason we stopped it was because people were doing dumb stuff in the street.
Yeah, like, in the other parking lots that weren't even associated with us. They were over at Walgreens doing, I mean, takeovers and slideshows in the Walgreens parking lot. It's like, no one wants to see that stuff, guys. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. I know you're trying to do it for attention and views and all that stuff, but you're tearing up your car, you're tearing up people's property. You could possibly injure or kill somebody. It's like, nobody, I'm not trying to be mean, man, but like, nobody wants to see that stuff, man. Like, wait till we have, you know, Hooligan Brothers and other people are putting on events with dedicated pits that you can come in there and tear your car up all you want. Don't do it on somebody else's property that spent, you know, I mean, if people don't know how much a parking lot costs, it's somewhere in the upwards of hundreds and almost $1 million to build a concrete parking lot. You're tearing it up. And then on top of that, you could possibly hurt somebody. So like, just don't do it, man. Like, I mean, I'll give you more respect for not doing it than doing it. So we just want to thank everybody who did come out, because everyone was so respectful. Everyone that pre-registered, everyone that got a secured spot, everyone was so nice and so respectful and so thankful. Like, I had so many people literally walk up to me and say, thank you for putting on these events, because otherwise they would have nothing to do or nowhere to go. And I agree with them on that, because there was other people doing events that you know, Bob was doing an event at RPM. It turned out really well, but it takes us guys to put these events together, because if not, you get put into an event where it could possibly be something really bad. And that's the biggest thing that I'm really liking about 2024 is people are stepping up, doing awesome events, especially like the Outlaws and everybody's doing these awesome events, and it's working out really well. But there are some people who are doing some events that are not doing so well, and they're causing, you know, like problems with us. And that's why we're trying to let everybody know we are not associated with that. And don't lump all of us into the same group, because we're out here trying to bring the car community together. We're not trying to divide it. So one thing that, you know, Sam and I have talked a lot about this year, which I'm really glad I did get to meet him, is we want to collab with everybody. Whether you're a YouTuber, an influencer, you want to start your own events, you want to just talk about your car and hang out and go have fun. We want to collab with people. We want to see the car community get larger and grow together. We are not about saying, hey, we're too good for you, or you're not good enough for me, blah, 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 blah. That's not what I'm about either. And I want people to understand, and some people might have the misconception about me because of what cars I've owned in the past or now. I don't care what kind of car you drive. I care what kind of person you are. That's the difference between me and a lot of other people is, I don't care if you drive a Lambo or you drive an SN95 Mustang. I don't care. I care about the person that you are and the type of values, and, you know, if you have integrity or if you're a good person. I want to hang out with you because you're a good person. Now, if you're a bad person, I'm probably not going to be around you very much. And I'm just going to be honest about that, because if I see a lot of things that are shady or weird, I kind of stay away from people like that, because I don't want to be friends with people or even close to people who are going to do something bad to me or my family or anyone else that's around us. And we want to be involved with people who want the same values. I want to be able to go out and collab with other people, whether they do YouTube just like me. I don't care. Like, it's not a competition to me. It's about, we want to do this together. The more of us that are out here doing events and YouTubes and things like that, it helps all of us to gain content, in my opinion. So there's no reason to not want to play ball with everybody, but there are a few that don't want to play ball with everybody, and that's fine. But it's gonna be a lonely island you're sitting on when you have nobody to hang out with. And I just wanna make that abundantly clear to everybody as well. I want everyone to know that me, Jeremy from Octane TV, if you have a cool car, if you have a YouTube or you have events or anything like that, let me know. I'll post it up on our YouTube. I will be more than glad to do anything that anybody wants me to do. And that's one of the things that I'm gonna start up for this year that I was gonna talk to Sam about as well, is I wanna start publicizing other people's events. I wanna start publicizing what people are doing with their cars and their rides. That's one of the biggest things. We were gonna start a new show for 2024 called Rides and Reviews. We wanna give people the publicity to show them of what you can build with your car. Especially like Sam's buying a new car. We wanna go through his whole process of buying this car and go through all that stuff with him. He's starting a YouTube. Hopefully we'll have a name for it so we can post it up or put it on a shirt. But that's the whole point. And I want people to know I've been doing this for 23, 24 years. I wouldn't be sitting here right now if I wouldn't have walked up to multiple people and had the conversations I had or networked with them. And I've met more friends today because of simply hanging out in parking lots or walking up to people in a parking lot and just saying, hey, what's up, man? And talking to them. And now I have a lot of different people in my life because of this. It's crazy that cars can bring so many people together, but it can also cause a lot of drama. So that's one of the reasons why I want people to understand we are not about saying, hey, no, we don't want to collab. We don't want to do videos with you. Hey, no, we don't want to come and cover your event. We want to cover your event. Whether or not we do events or we don't do events, I want to come cover your event. If you have a cool car, I want to come and see it. I want to talk about it. I want to video it. We're going to go on an event tomorrow. We're going to cover everybody's vehicles. We're going to be doing rollers. We're going to be doing videos, pictures, all that stuff. We want to cover everybody else's stuff. That's what it's about for me. I'm sure that's what it's about for Sam.
Absolutely.
And we want people to understand that we're not doing this just for ourselves. We're doing this for everybody else. So for all the guys out there that aren't doing it for those reasons, I hope the best for them, but that's not what I want. I do not want to just sit and do events and tell people I'm not coming to your events, I'm not gonna cover your events, I'm not gonna help support your events. I help support events for people that I don't even know because I feel like I didn't have that chance 20 years ago. I didn't have somebody to help support me, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to help support good people, and that's what I'm gonna stick to. Now, if you're doing events that I don't think are very good, like you're doing something wrong or you're trying to screw people over, I probably won't help support you on that, but I'll still come and try to cover it and do what I can. But like, I'm not into these GoFundMe things and all that stuff. Like, if I want to donate my money, I'll donate my money on my own. Like, I don't want to try to have any kind of GoFundMe things or anything like that. So I just want people to know, like, if you're doing that, that's fine, I'll help you, but I will donate my money straight to the person, whoever has a charity. That's just how I've always been. I've been that way my whole life. I will give my money directly and I don't want my name attached to it. I'm a unanimous person, just here's my money. So for everybody out there that wants us to come and cover your event, cover anything that you guys have going on, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will come. We're doing one tomorrow and we're gonna have a blast doing it. And the other thing is everyone's welcome to come. Please don't, the other thing I want people to understand is please don't think because if your car has a little bit of rust or it's an 80 or a 90 or a early 2000s car, man, we do not care. Like, I want people to understand this. I literally started with an 84 shit brown Sunbird.
Yeah.
Please don't think that all of us have started with beautiful cars.
I mean, I don't have anything nice now. I have a 2016
It's a nice car, man.
I'm trying to get into a V8 again, but I started with an 05 V6 that I bought for $2,000. Fix it up a little bit. Honestly, I think I speak for both of us when I say we enjoy just meeting people and going to these events